Hello everyone, it is the MGTOW Recluse, just hiding under a rock. So, on one of my videos, a Reverend 20 piece commented, he requested that I do a video about depressants and just my personal experience with it, so I will honor that. Sure. So, when it comes to depressants, we live in a world that celebrates it. We have an escapist culture where we just put band-aids on our problems. The majority of people don't want to get to the root of their problem or to analyze what's going on in their lives. They just want to make it better real quick, right? And then they flip on the TV, and then there's some like pro-alcohol garbage or some pro-marijuana movie or something. And I don't know. I work with this one coworker guy, and he is smoking legal weed right now. It's that stuff on the K2, the spice and stuff. It says on the packaging, not safe for human consumption, basically. Do not smoke for humans, basically. And I'm concerned about the guy. He does it every day. He does it all the time. He got caught with smoking marijuana, and he did it all the time. He sold it and stuff too. And he is doing the legal stuff now, and I feel like if he gets off of it, or if he ever just has to be in a situation where he doesn't do it every day, he's just going to get into some deep depression because I don't know. The guy's got a little paunch. He's slightly overweight. Kind of par for the course for most people these days. But yeah, everybody's got a few extra pounds, don't they, here in America, right? Anyway, who am I to judge, right? Who am I to judge? It's just that with body toxicity, that plays hand in hand with the whole depressants. I'm worried about this guy because, I don't know, it's just smoking weed every day is promoted. Like, there was a song about smoking weed every day, I think. And yeah, I was thinking about all kinds of different things. Like, on a brief tangent, I was thinking about how movies that are geared towards African American audiences are always putting focus on the racial disparities, and there's this contrived racial war that just doesn't exist because if society was left to its own, if society was just left to run on its own, we'd pretty much have world peace because we pretty much already have world peace. It's just that the media keeps selling us this idea that we're in this continual war. There's all these false flags and stuff, most people just don't care enough to revolt. Like even these protests, it's not really human nature for people to protest. I saw this video from Truthstream Media about how these protests are just artificially funded. They're not really grassroots. It's just contrived. It's just as fake as all this other stuff. Really, most people just don't care enough to even leave their house or leave their job to really change much. The vast majority. There are very small groups that do. Maybe men's rights is one. I mean, there's people who have their hearts in the right place. I'm sure there's feminists. There's, you know what I mean. But yeah, that's beside the point. Getting back on track. I was just thinking about how these depressants are keeping us from our true selves. The body toxicity. There's all these agendas, all the GMO in the foods, stuff they're spraying in the environment. They're trying to turn us gay. They're doing that. Because there's been studies, I think it was from Pockets of the Future or something. He was talking about how there was like some tests with frogs, and they were like messing the pheromones up or something. And I totally see that. Like I work with lesbians. There's some females in my retail job, and yeah, it's crazy. I don't understand because there's soy in the foods for guys, right? And this all goes hand in hand with chemicals in general because it's just keeping us from our true selves is all I'm saying. Like, I don't understand why females become lesbians. Is it because they're just brainwashed by the media, or is there a chemical aspect as well? Because I think with the males, there's soy, and that which is making us more effeminate, making us grow man boobs, So just food for thought there. But yeah, going to the gym raises your testosterone. But yeah. I don't know. With all that stuff, I don't know. It's just really unfortunate. There's like whole lists of ingredients on foods that we eat, and it's not natural. You're supposed to eat foods that are in your hometown, which is kind of strange. I've been like sitting in my backyard, sunbathing essentially, and drinking coffee, just doing a lot of thinking and counting my blessings and stuff. I told you guys about this before, but just for the heck of it, I took like last 2 days, I took like a blade of grass and I just ate it. I just started chewing on a blade of grass. I don't know. It's not going to kill me, but maybe it'll help more than hurt, I guess. I don't know. I know that's weird, but I just thought I'd try it. Eating just a blade of grass. I don't know. Talking about everything, but with depressants and stuff, I got a coworker. I'm worried about him. But with alcohol, it just makes you lazy. Yeah, there's this other like extremely overweight guy. He's probably not going to last at the job, but he's on vacation. He just openly said, "Yeah, I'm going to drink alcohol," and I just don't get it, because every time I drank alcohol, it just made me feel bad. And knocking it back, I have an addictive personality, or I'm very I just want to get there. I just want to get drunk if I'm doing it. And I want those old feelings to come back, right? When you get drunk and you really like it, you just want to get back there, right? Even though the feeling is fleeting and it's just all contrived and pointless anyway. What's the point of having all that little brief time of feeling good and then having like 3 or 4 days where your like brain cells are dead and your brain's healing itself? Because that's what's happening. Our potential is being killed. It's a soft kill. And just stop drinking if you're doing it. It's poison, and all of the slangs for it, the whole like it's poison or it's spirits. Yeah, it's spirits. I don't know. I'm conflicted about religion right now, because the Bible doesn't say anything about circumcision being wrong. It just makes me, and then I know the Catholics revised the whole thing, the Jesuits, whatever. The whole thing's controlled. I don't know. I think there is something to Jesus, but there is something to religion, but I don't know what the percentage is of it being accurate or not. And would God be so hateful to condemn us from choosing whether or not to adhere to the doctrines of a pamphlet or a baby book? Because that's what it is. It's got good stuff in it, but it's not what it was originally meant to be, that's for sure. Side notes, tangents, I do that. I haven't posted in a while, so I need to work on this. My presentation, it's going off the rails, isn't it? My sets of videos that I'm doing is really just kind of like a journal thing. I don't really need to be too terribly upset about my presentation as much. I mean, I just feel bad for the listener, because you're having to put up with me ramble and rattle on. All I'm saying is that depressants are bad. It's an obvious thing, and there might be some sort of reverse psychology. The fact that I'm saying that it's bad, don't do it. There might be a part of you saying, well, it's good, I'm going to do it anyway. Well, at the end of the day, you're going to do whatever you want to do anyway, right? It's just, I don't know. I would like to think that more and more people stop doing depressants when they get older, but I don't know if it's a 50-50 thing or just a percentage or a case-by-case thing, but yeah, there's adults that do it. It's just a habit-forming thing, and I advise getting out of it if and when you can, because, yeah, just don't look outside for validation. Just look within, you know what I mean? Just, like, be your own person, Pray if you have to, just there's positive things that you can put in your life in place of alcohol and weed and pills if you have that problem, or whatever, I don't know if I'm answering questions when it comes to my experience with marijuana and alcohol. I just used to smoke weed every day, and it made, I don't know, I was really anxious to do it. Like, I would be so excited to do it. I would sneak and do it on the job, if I can get away with it, I would, and that was bad because I'm jeopardizing my career. I'm jeopardizing, my ability to, I don't know, it's just like, it just makes you paranoid. It makes you socially awkward, and like, just without marijuana, I just feel really confident. I just feel like I can conquer the world, it's like, things are kind of boring, but then you kind of get used to it, and you kind of make your time more fulfilling. I've been posting videos, I've been having so much fun, and it's a personal thing, it's an esteemable thing. You get self-esteem through esteemable acts. You're not just a victim in your life. You're able to take charge and to do things and be just, I guess, just be an adult. But it's not even a real shameful thing. It's not like I'm not shaming you if you decide to do whatever you want. It's just you feel good if you do more things, or partake in hobbies, or try to fix stuff around the house, or try to, figure out how to do something on your own, I know I'm talking about everything. But alcohol, yeah, I don't even want to think about it. I don't even want to think about alcohol. It's just, I don't know, if you go 28 days not doing something, you're going to not do it for a while, you know what I mean? Like, you can set habits for yourself, Yeah, I say that if you're drinking, if you have a problem with alcohol, just go 28 days without drinking alcohol, and then buy yourself something with the money that would have gone, you know what I mean? Don't buy alcohol, but, set goals for yourself. There's positive things that you can put in place, and just, I don't know, the world is depressing enough anyway. Like, dealing with breakups, just dealing with females in general, just kind of internalizing the whole sham that females are, the whole, just them in general. It's just so sickening. You know what I mean? It just really makes me want to throw up, really. Just the whole, just how inhuman they are, It's just, they're nothing but a waste of time. You already know how they are. And here I am focusing on how horrible they are, when, like I said, you can focus your energies. Like, since I've been sober and going to the gym and taking supplements and getting sunlight, I think there's something behind that a whole lot. Getting at least 10 minutes of sunlight a day, counting your blessings. Yeah, man, I got some good habits, man. I'm doing great. I don't stay negative, I just switch gears, I go from one thing to the next, man. I'm good. I'm not as phased. I'm not as affected. Normally, if somebody says or does something that sucks, it would affect me. But, like, here lately, I don't know. I got this new coworker guy, and he's been just really hard to deal with. But I chose to focus on one thing that he does good, and I'm like, you know what, that guy can do that one thing, and and then, like, yeah, he's a horrible person. He sucks. Like, I opened the door for him one time just because he was passing by. He didn't even say anything, and he's like horrible with, like, just being a human being. He's just a horrible human being. But all I see, like, I say stuff to myself like, well, you know what? I'm glad I don't have his problems. Like, I'm not taking it I'm not taking it to home. It's like I know I'm gonna be okay. It's like I gave my problems to God, and it's okay. I'm not as religious as I used to be. I don't know. It's just because I got so many questions. But praying, I still do that. I think we all can do that. Talking to God. There's nothing wrong with that. And just counting our blessings and staying humble. That's kind of key. The attitude of gratitude. That's key too. And here I am. I got, like, my little toolbox. I'm good. I got my little toolkit of things that I know how to do, and I've been utilizing it. And these are things that a lot of people who partake in the escapist culture, they're not even comprehending. They're not even at the first step. I feel like their neurons in their brain has been making associations between, different, stimulus, they're never going to evolve because they were successfully indoctrinated through the education system, which is just kind of a detraction from real learning. Because as human beings, we're supposed to be naturally inquisitive, but going through the institutions just makes you view education as drudgery, when in reality, this world is vibrant and awesome. Things are very fascinating. It's a good thing to be open-minded and to be a critical thinker. And, you know, yeah, if you believe in the left-right paradigm, you're probably watching TV a lot. To me, I've always known it's just everything's been controlled from the top down. But when it comes down to substances and doing drugs and stuff, it's just really hyped up. It's just really hyped up. That a lot of kids in their teens and 20s and even in their 30s, they're still doing it. But I think at a certain age, a lot of people like in their 40s, they slow down. They're like, oh, you know what? There's more to life. Let's switch gears. Like, I'm more wholesome now. I don't even want to cuss as much. I'm just more mindful of my words and stuff like that. If I was still drinking, I'd be all sloppy. I'd be cussing. Definitely, I would. But I was never really into pills. Can't really talk about that. I was never really into legal weed or mushrooms. I've tried mushrooms, but like I can't really talk about the whole gamut of drugs that are out there. You know what I mean? Like I just kept it simple. It's just mostly marijuana and alcohol. For the most part. But yeah, it's just not good. I didn't like how marijuana made my lungs feel. I didn't like how it just made me feel unhealthy, just long term. Just knowing that your lungs are an organ meant to filter the air so you can get as much oxygen in your body, because that's more oxygen going to your brain. It makes you smarter. That's why exercise is so good, because you get oxygen to the brain. Gives you the edge on people, right? But I don't know. It's just we live in this like world where we're just encouraged to be zombies and our brains are supposed to atrophy. We're supposed to operate on this basal level, and the world it doesn't have to suck as much as it does. Like really, like on an individual basis, it is up to you, dear listener, to make little small decisions. You can, not smoke a cigarette and hit the gym and get more oxygen to your brain and make those small changes, and you'll come out through the other side being awesome. Life is not that bad. Life is not this, I don't know. I watched this one movie where this character, it was called Marty, Ernest Borgnine. My mom wanted to watch it, so I watched it with her, right? And I don't know, like he was dating this chick, but then like his mom said, I don't know about this chick, and then one of his friends was like, I don't know about this chick, and then he started doubting. So I was thinking like, wow, that kind of happens in real life, where you get two different stimuluses, where it is, hold on, look at my time here. Running out of time here. So yeah, the stimulus of two different sources really does affect you. So that happens in the media all the time, where the media is telling you through one medium, like let's say online, you come across information that so and so is true, and then you turn on TV or something and it's like so and so is true, or you listen to it on the radio and it says so and so is true. You're going to start to believe that it's true, even if it's not true. And on an elemental level, truth is what I guess God is all about. Truth, maybe not even necessarily God. Truth is what is correct. And to be a more wholesome, pure person, you can align yourself to that energy. And as long as you listen to yourself before anyone else, there you go. I mean, that Marty movie was talking about I don't know. It was all about how society is trying to sell you on the idea that marriage is good, but at the same time condemn you and make you feel bad and chastise you for not being with somebody that's like absolutely stunning or something. Because like, they were trying to shame the guy, saying that the chick that he was talking to was a dog or something. So why do we, I mean, think about that. That like there kind of is a double standard, double tiered thing about our society where it promotes, like, let's just say it promotes sex, it promotes hooking up, but at the same time, it's, people will come around and be like, why are you with so and so, or like they'll be jealous of so and so, they'll be jealous of the girl that you're talking to, and then they'll want the girl yourself, so they'll tell you that she is a dog when she's not that bad, and promoting negative character qualities that just promotes more negativity that affects you on a spiritual level. Then people want to escape, and then they take drugs and alcohol. It makes their problems worse. Then they get into a downward spiral, and it's really hard to get out of that because a lot of people don't have the tools, or you know what I mean. They don't know where to begin. They don't know how to pick up the pieces. They're broken, and you have to overcome things in this life. You really, I've had to overcome leaps and bounds in my life because you have no choice but to. No one's going to hold your hand and pick you up for yourself. You gotta, when you fall down, you gotta pick yourself up, right? And that's what drugs keeps you away from. It keeps you away from self-actualization. I take that back. You can smoke marijuana and have deep, profound thoughts, but your short-term memories are going to be affected. It's, like you can be extremely creative and fun and interesting when you're doing it, but if you're making a habit of doing it, it's just going to impair you. It's going to keep you from your short-term memory, so you're not going to remember things as good. And in this life, you want to remember things. I'm just throwing ideas out there, just left and right about just depressants and how it doesn't make sense, and I feel like my brain is essentially rewiring and fixing itself, Been just going to the gym kind of accelerates the, I don't know, like human growth hormone. When you're in a fasting state, you get HGH, human growth hormone, and just get more, like I say, more oxygen to your brain and everything. It just, I don't know. It just helps clear your skin out. Just helps everything, and yeah, you can really do reverse a lot of damage by going to the gym and fasting, and just taking care of yourself. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this is common sense, but things are not clear cut in this upside down, backwards world. Just a lot of people want things given to them, and we have a horrible problem with Arrested Development, and I'm not one to say because I don't speak from any place of authority, because I had a very overbearing father that he I don't know, I guess nobody had it as bad as he did, I guess, apparently, according to him. But yeah, it's just character. The harder you work, the more character you have. And this world is really covered with people with lack of skill and lack of experience. There's more people like lying about their resume than actually telling the truth about how much hard work they've done. And that's the sad truth of things. Like, we're becoming autistic just being on these phones all the time. We're becoming socially retarded. We can't talk to each other without it being just weird, and people just talk to each other without even making eye contact anymore and stuff like that. And I don't know, like I don't know. I just hope and pray that the world will become a better place. Because who knows? Maybe there'll be some like hipsters that kind of limit their phone usage, and then that kind of gains a little bit of critical mass, and maybe about 20% of the population will kind of chill off on cell phones. I don't know. I'm hoping for something like that to emerge. But yeah, you get dopamine hits on cell phones as well, And that affects your mood. And when you're on Facebook all the time and stuff, it's just a negative thing, and you view the world through more of a negative lens. And we just need to focus on ourselves and to really foster our own spiritual energy from our own, just however way you want to do it. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but prayer helps me. Just giving your problems to God, and to just let go of your just accept the things that you can't change and just move on. And drugs keep you from a whole lot, and maybe I answered Reverend 20 Pieces' question, or addressed a little bit of my side of the story. I don't know. It seems like he really likes to eat up that kind of information. I appreciate you, dear listener. Thank you for listening, and go MGTOW.